Tell me, Nag.
Still in the Kalki world, making up my Kalki Purana. I just excited to actually even have a darshan of the Kailash area thanks to this opportunity.
This intrigue of Manasarovar is simply unexplainable. You movie-making people should make some movie about these things.
We've only shown Manasarovar as this magical place where Indra's daughter came down in Jagadeek Virudu Atilok Sundari.
You must sit down one day and talk to me about this before you make any movie on this. Russians, Israelis, all of them are drawn because in all their cultures there is something about Kailash.
We now have artificial intelligence also. So we have a new enemy also.
When it develops a complex language that you don't understand, then there is some amount of trouble that can't be ruled out.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar Mandi, Nag. Ela unnaru?
Bhavannan sir, Bhavannan, ela unnaru? How is it? How are you?
Yeah, we are on the way back from Kailash now. So it's been a wonderful trip and as you know, we've been riding.
Yeah.
Spectacular out here.
It's amazing, sir, amazing. There's always been one dream to make this trip, but I think the trip has to call you, Emo. But
No, don't say all this. This is all couch potatoes saying. You shouldn't be saying this, Nag. You want to come next year. Next year, fix the time with me. Let's go.
Done, sir. Done. I wanted to go 2 years ago. I think then they didn't have.
No. Nag. Things
Yes, sir.
that you really want to do, and your parents also named you Nag also. Things that you really want to do, don't postpone it. When you still have legs and lungs, do it. There are a lot of people who are 80 years old and say, I wanted to go to Kailash, I wanted to go to Kailash. I never went because every year there is something. Of course, for everybody there is something.
Yeah.
You want to do it, next year on, okay?
Done. Booking now only, sir. Done, sir. Yeah. Done.
Tell me, Naga, you doing well?
Sir, doing well, sir. Doing well. Still in the Kalki world, still making up my Kalki Purana. That's what I'm doing presently. And I just was very excited to actually even have a darshan of the Kailash area thanks to this opportunity. It's just such very amazing. Just one first thing I just wanted to ask you, sir. Maybe you've told it many times, but I was wondering how and when was the first time you went, sir? Like, was it by, and how was that experience? The first trip, the first meeting.
Well, I landed near Manasarovar. It's not like today. Today you can't believe in the last 10, 12 years, the amount of development that they have done is incredible. I was just watching on the news, it seems some $2.4 trillion has been invested in Tibet in the last 20 years.
Wow.
And you just can't believe the Tibet that we saw in 2005, 2006 and the Tibet that we are seeing now is simply it's another world. The land is still fantastic and beautiful, but everywhere there are electric posts, there are roads, there are police, there are speed limits and the works. Anyway, at that time when we came, we had to find our way through the desert, drive wherever we can. I remember from here there's a place called Saga, from there to Manasarovar, I did 83 river crossings. Can you believe that? 83 river crossings, driving the land cruisers through the river, sometimes up to 2.5 feet water. But when we arrived at Manasarovar, I don't go any amount of lore or wherever it is written, if it's written in the sky also, till it's real for me, it's not real for me. That's who I am. So, I've heard much, I come with openness. Oh my God, the phenomena that we saw there is simply no words for it. The problem with modern education is, every child, an 8-year-old child, boy or girl, will draw conclusions about big things in the universe and everything. Everybody knows it happened Big Bang, nobody saw the Big Bang, all right? All right, some theory is there, but the theory keeps changing. So, the problem is this, we want to draw a conclusion. One thing I'm trying to bring into everybody's life is, It's a very hard thing because they're all trained to draw conclusions. To simply live with intrigue, not making a conclusion, not thinking I know this, I know that, just looking at life with absolute intrigue all the time. The more you look at it, the more intriguing it becomes. Because the more you pay attention to something, the profoundness of everything is such that you realize, you just have to bow down to everything, that's all. This is why in our civilization, if you see a tree, you bow down, you see a cow, you bow down, you see a man or woman or child, you bow down, you see anything, a rock, you bow down. Because with all the scientific knowledge, we've still not figured out one single atom in its entirety. We know bits and pieces. With that, we know how to use this and that, fuse it, break it, make a bomb out of it, all this we know. But we don't know
Mm.
what an atom is yet.
Mm.
So this intrigue of Manasarovar is simply unexplainable. You movie-making people should
Mm.
make some movie about these things because this is the greatest phenomena, one of the greatest phenomena happening on this planet.
Yeah.
But it's not so tangible. I don't know, moviegoers want everything boom, boom, boom concluded. But it's time to cultivate them to understand that there are so many things in this universe, there's so many things in this planet, there's so many things within you that you have not understood or you will never understand. Both are true. That
Very
you
true.
learn to look at life with fresh eyes every moment, rather than going on making silly conclusions and thinking this is it. Every 2 years, scientific theories are changing and changing about fundamentals of life, about universe, about galaxy. Recently, they came up with a new telescope, whatever that is called, not the Hubble, what is the next one? Huh? The James, whatever.
Correct,
And
James Webb.
now they're saying what we said all these days is wrong, now what we're saying is correct. I know that in another 5 years they'll come up and say what we said now is wrong, this is true. So because
Yeah.
the nature of the existence is such that it doesn't matter, if you with full attention, if you sit here for 1 million years, still you will not know it. And Manasarovar is that kind of thing, it just freaked my intelligence that I
Yeah.
couldn't wrap my head around anything out there, but I know the phenomena, the power of the phenomena just hit me so hard.
Yeah.
Then we went to Kailash. uh, what happened there, I cannot just ever put it into words or explain. For people to understand, one thing happened, that was not the first year, the second year. I was in United States, I was somewhere in north, I think I was somewhere around Detroit area, I started running temperature.
Mm.
Then I came to UK, I was still running temperature. I'm just managing things on paracetamol. High temperature, like 102, 104, like that. And I have continuous schedule. I came to UK, I had a four-day program, I did that. From there, I flew to Singapore. I had 2-day events, I did that, running temperature still. Then I went to Sydney and Melbourne. I still running temperature. By then, all kinds of diagnoses has happened that initially they said malaria, then they treated me for 3 different types of malaria. Then from Australia, I flew to Los Angeles, still running temperature. There I met a tropical disease expert. He said this is a strange kind of typhoid, and they started treating me for typhoid. Then I flew to India, they said this is dengue, and they started treating me for dengue. And like this it went on. This is overall about 8 weeks. I'm continuously traveling across the world, I have continuous programs, full-day events, and I'm running temperature. Then I'm shooting for one of the Tamil channels at that time, half an hour, 22-minute episodes. In a day, I'm shooting 5 episodes because I don't have time for them. I'd promised them, so five episodes per day I'm shooting. One day I went for this shoot and by then I've become like this that more than 15, 20 minutes I can't remain in the same clothes because it'll be wet. Sweat is just pouring out, I'm completely wet. So, I finished the shoot, I came back home, it felt like my brain is going to burst, that hot it became. With my turban on, with clothes on, I just walked into the cold shower, turned it on and just stood there for about 10, 15 minutes. Then it felt little better. and by then I'd lost about 25% of my muscle mass I'd lost. Then I went back to United… The doctor said, this walking into the shower is the smartest thing you ever did in your life. Because I checked with a thermometer, my temperature was showing 107. It's like fatal, just at the edge. I just stood under cold water, it kind of saved me, then again I traveled back to United States. And by then my lymph nodes started swelling up, very, very excruciatingly painful, but I still have schedule. They put me on IV port, with IV port on, I'm speaking in various places like crazy. Then they said it could be malignant because it became very swollen and very painful. They said they have to do a surgery. Then I didn't know what to do because once you're in the doctor's hands, what they say you're supposed to do. And they took me to this hospital, and then they fixed the surgery. They said that day itself surgery they have to do because it's swollen and it could be anything. They're testing me for my anesthetic, there's a checkup, anesthesia, how I will take it. So, I got into the lift with two doctors, and the lift stopped by chance in another floor where I'm not supposed to go. And another person entered, he was a Chinese person. Immediately my doctor introduced, this Chinese person is the one who is going to do surgery upon you. Then the Chinese doctor just put his hand on my neck and saw how swollen it was. He said, you must inform the family before the surgery. Then I went down for the checkup and then I said, I'm leaving. I said, I'm not going to go to… Sadhguru, don't do this, it's very dangerous, you can't go, surgery must happen. I said, no, I'm leaving. This is one thing in United States, they can't force you. If it's in India, they'll tie you up and do the surgery. There they won't do because of insurance, this, that, so many issues are there. Then I just went and closed my eyes and sat for about 4 days in somebody's apartment. I felt a little better. Then in 22 or 23 days, I was in Kailash. 25% of my muscle mass was gone, my arms, my legs, everything is gone. But I walked up all the way to Kailash. I sat there. You won't believe, in 20 minutes, I was about 10 to 15 years younger. My voice had become weak, everything was weak. Suddenly everything burst forth like this. Well, this is not the reason why you should go to Kailash. I'm talking about this so that people understand the power of what it is. It's not about healing you, it is not about getting rid of your problems, it's not about that. It's a phenomena beyond all explanations. It is the… one way to put it is, it is the greatest mystical library in this universe. It's that kind. It just intrigues you every time you go. This is the 18th or 19th time I'm there, 19th time. Every time you go, it doesn't feel old. It's something new phenomena happening there. It's too fantastic. When you still have legs and lungs, do it, Nag.
Done, done. Fully on it, sir. Fully on it. Was there any person or anyone that you met on your journeys that you remember, like some seeker or some monk or sadhu or even a normal person?
Oh, the seekers are everywhere, you won't believe. I mean, the people who are coming, maximum number of people who are coming are now Chinese, Russians, Indian pilgrim also, of course, have been coming for a long time. But today, the number of Chinese, Russians, Israelis, all of them are drawn because in all their cultures, there is something about Kailash. Especially in the Russian culture, there is a lot of stories about Kailash right from ancient times, because one of the Saptarishis, that is one of the disciples of Adiyogi, went to Central Asia. So, that awareness is somewhere there, that lore is still there. So, they keep coming. Even with us, the maximum number of people right now are almost on level with Indians is Chinese and Russians. So, on the work if you go, not necessarily people who have been in our programs or whatever, all the seekers today know about us, know about my trips to Kailash. Many of them are coming because they have watched the Kailash videos, many of them. So you should see the level of devotion, it's amazing. The Russians, Indians, of course, we are cultured in a devotional kind of atmosphere. They're like melting away like that. Too fantastic to see.
Brilliant, sir. So you suggest like how there is a perception that Kashi and Kailash is something that people do at a little older age, but you suggest that the youth should also definitely make this trip.
See, the best things that you want to do in your life should happen sooner than later, isn't it? So this whole idea that spirituality or anything concerned with that should happen at the end of your life is a terrible idea. What phone do you use?
I use a
Which religion do you belong to? I'm asking, are you iPhone or Samsung? What are you?
I'm Google Pixel phone. Yeah,
Oh, you're using Google. All right. So, if you buy a new phone,
yeah.
tell me you should read the user's manual within the first 3 days or after 2 years when you're getting rid of the phone.
Yes, sir. As soon as you start using it.
If you want to use the phone well within the first 3 days, so I am
Yeah.
saying before you are 14, 15 years of age, you should be introduced to this. This was the culture. By the time a boy or a girl is 12 years of age, they were initiated. This is the civilization in which we have come up. But today, somebody made spirituality like this, that it's at the end of your life. When you're no good for anything, what will you do? The
Yeah,
highest things must happen when you're young so that you can live it.
yeah,
Otherwise, maybe you will die peacefully. That's an unfortunate reality.
yeah.
Dying peacefully is an unfortunate reality. Instead of living as a burst of blissfulness, you die peacefully is a sad way to die or sad way to live.
Yeah.
So this is because people are trying to live without understanding a thing about it. What is spiritual process? It is not a teaching, it is not a belief system, it is not about some unknown god that is sitting up there in the cloud. No, spiritual means the innermost core of who you are. If you don't dip into this, the more you know about your phone, the better you can use it. Is it so? More you
True,
know
sir.
about this, the better you can use it. This should happen at the earliest possible time.
Agreed. Agreed, sir. Agreed. So that's amazing, sir. I think mainly as far as movies are concerned, we've only shown Mansarovar as this magical place where Indra's daughter came down in Jagadeek Virudu Atilok Sundari, like where this is the connection between heaven and earth is what we showed. But I think that was our
See, no, you must sit down one day and talk to me about this before you make any movie on this kind of stuff. Because what has happened is, particularly in the last 300, 400 years, what was a magnificent culture without conclusions, which is all about your growth. We learned this from outside religions, that we also want to make up, what to say, magical, miraculous stories.
yeah.
This civilization is not about miracles. This civilization is about realizing life is the greatest miracle happening here right now. If you don't realize that miracle and you're thinking, I can pull out a pigeon from my pocket, shall I? If I pull out a pigeon and give it to you will have a bird, I'll have a shitty pocket. What's the point of this? But people are impressed by such miracles. That's not the
Yeah.
miracle. The miracle is a human being can become like this, that no matter what hits us in this life, whatever it is, you can still remain untouched. This is the examples that the past masters have set for us, whether it is Rama or Krishna or whatever, their life is serial disaster, just look at it,
Yeah.
you know? Continuous disasters, isn't it? He loses the kingdom, he loses his wife, he brings them back, he loses his children. What nonsense! But he remains untouched. So this is the miracle that we want to establish in every human being. Life can throw anything at us. What we make out of this is our choice. This choice only a human being has. All other creatures live by reaction. Only a human being can live by conscious response. That is the miracle of this land.
Yes, sir. So, is there any connection you feel with the energy between Kailash and the Jyotirlinga, sir?
The question that you're asking needs too much elaboration, I will not go into that. But one thing we need to understand is, see, right now we have a mass of flesh which we call as body. It has its own systems, it has its needs, it has its problems, it has its compulsions. Yes? We have to eat, we have to sleep, maybe we have to copulate, maybe we have to reproduce, maybe all this, and one day we'll have to die. These are all compulsions set, you can't change them. You can reduce them, you can't get rid of them, isn't it? So, because physical system has its own systems. So how we handle this is very important, whether this physical body will become a stepping stone for a bigger possibility or will it become a wall that it won't allow you to cross. Most human beings have mortgaged their life to the simple needs that their body has, isn't it? For food, 90% of the world's population is dedicated to earning their food, isn't it? This may sound insulting for some people, but let them understand this. 90% of human energy is directed towards earning a living, food. Next thing is sexuality. Another big portion of human energy is focused towards that. You may call it whatever, today you may call it a dating app, otherwise we called it marriage, we called it this, that. All this is to fulfill another need of the body. Yes? So like this, life goes away. This is, instead of using the body as a stepping stone, we're using the body as a wall which blocks us, we can't do anything else. Because we have to eat, we have to do this, we have to do that. Next thing is a mass of mess of information, we call this as mind. Oh, that's another world. How much trouble people have made out of it. See, I'm carrying this miracle of mind because for most people, mind is a misery manufacturing machine. All the human misery, where is the manufacturing unit? Where do you live, Hyderabad or Chennai?
Hyderabad, sir.
Hyderabad. You think the misery manufacturing factory is in Hyderabad?
It's inside my
Hello?
head, yeah.
It's in everybody's head, unfortunately. This should have been the… See, this is the greatest possibility. Human intelligence is the greatest thing that's happened on this planet, isn't it? But that is the most horrible thing, that people are suffering like anything. I must tell you, because you're in Hyderabad, you must… probably you know this lady. I think about 5 or 6 years ago, a television anchor, she jumped off the 5th floor and killed herself. And she left a note, "No one is responsible for my death, my brain is my enemy." Can you beat this? It took millions of years to develop this brain to this level of capacity. Now, this is your enemy. The greatest gift that you have is your brains, isn't it so? Otherwise you would be just a crawling creature like everything else. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But brain has become enemy. So, to make this body and to make this mind into a miracle, this is the science of yoga. This is the many instruments we have created, lingas, murtis, variety of mantras, chants, pujas, rituals, all these are efforts to somehow transform this body, which is a mass of flesh, and transform this mind, which is a mess of information, into a miraculous process. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
If you go beyond these two accumulations, body you accumulated, this flesh we accumulated, this mass of information we accumulated, what you accumulate can be yours, can never be you, isn't it?
Yes.
Whatever you accumulate can belong to you, but cannot become you. Right now, that is the problem. So if you go deeper than the mind and the body, what you touch there, you can call it Shiva, you can call it Kailash, you can call it Jyotirlinga, you call it whatever, essentially the source of life.
Yes. Okay.
Tell me.
Amazing, sir. Yeah, it's great, sir. I think in this situation with human intelligence being our enemy, we now have artificial intelligence also. So we have we have a new enemy also.
Oh, the artificial…
Or
No,
a
no,
new
no,
trend.
no, no,
A new
let's not
trend.
misunderstand.
Yes.
See, no, no, what I'm saying is, you go stand in front of the mirror and you think the guy in the mirror is your enemy. Very sad. Artificial is just a reflection of who we are, isn't it?
Yeah.
People are… see, these are people who want to sell their shares in the market. They are
Yeah.
trying to make it like it's a new world by itself. No, it's a reflection of human mind.
It's trained on us. It trained on whatever we've done so far.
No, it is no different. Right now here, there is an earth moving machine parked right next to me. They're working on the road
Yeah.
or something. Earlier, we used to dig with crowbar and pickaxe and do this work. Now this machine came, it's doing it much more easily, we are all happy that our muscles are not
Yeah.
hurting anymore. Artificial intelligence is just that. For all the intellectual coolies, they're all worried because a machine is coming which will do it effortlessly. To add 2 + 2, they were making a big deal. Now
Yeah.
it'll do just like that. It's great. It's just a
Yeah.
reflection of our mind, it's not a mind by itself.
It's
Little
not.
faster.
It's not.
This
It
machine,
just it
earth-moving
just will give
machine,
us…
is just a bigger muscle than my muscle, that's all, isn't it?
Yes, yes. The only fear is that if the intelligence will decide to choose where to dig next, if the earth moving machine starts deciding where to dig without our input, then it's a problem.
Uh, that possibility is there, that can't be ruled out. But right now, can you… can you really decide where your neighbor is going to dig? Is he going to dig in his garden or going to dig into your bedroom? You have no control over it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Somebody will drop a bomb, somebody will shoot at somebody. It's already there, I'm saying.
yeah.
At least for the artificial intelligence, you can pull the plug.
As
But
of now, yeah,
as of now, in
yeah,
future, when the real trouble comes, when the artificial intelligence starts developing its own language, when it develops a complex language that you don't understand,
yeah,
then there is some amount of trouble.
yeah,
But
yeah.
why are we pushing in that direction if we have sense?
It's money, money. Like you said, sir, it's all…
That's what…
this is the share price. But yeah,
share
but
market,
yeah,
share
yeah, yeah.
market, that's all.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the biggest things that from my little understanding in movies or this or whatever is that's happening is all these share markets or these companies or everybody is just trying to trap or harvest human attention to a point where people are becoming… I don't know if the word zombies is
No,
correct,
no,
but
no, they're not even hiding anything, they're calling you a market. You know, way back I'm talking about somewhere 2008 or so, when
yeah,
I was in World Economic Forum, I went there seeing how we can transform the business leaders. And when I went there, they were saying, the emerging markets, India is an emerging market. I said, why are you calling us a market? We're people. Hello? If you look at me as a human being, you'll handle me one way. If you see me as a marketplace, you'll treat me differently. Please don't call
completely.
us a market. India is
Yeah,
a land of over 1 billion people, not a
yeah,
marketplace.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing, sir. Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Thank
I
you,
will
Nag.
hopefully,
All the
I
best
will
for you.
hopefully see
Next
you.
year I'm
Done.
seeing you here in Kailash, okay?
I, I'm going to be there, sir. That's the plan. That's the plan. Namaskaram.
Wonderful. All the best for you. My blessings to you.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.